week, the second edition of Wutheirng Heights, originally written by the late Emily Bront and now edited by Charlotte Bront, author of Jane Eyre and the sister of Emily, will be republished.
Hello.
We also have American author Nathaniel Hawthorne, author of The Scarlet Letter, and Jane Austen, author of the famous Pride and Prejudice, here with us today.
Hi.
Hello.
For those viewers out there who are unfamiliar with the show, each author will give a little background information on themselves and their novels, and then we'll be given the chance to discuss the book. Since we're dealing with the novel of an author who has passed, Charlotte will not only give us information on herself, but on Emily as well.
Thank you for having me here today to discuss my late sister's book. Wutheirng Heights was first published 2 years ago, but unlike my book, Jane Eyre, it was not very popular. I hope that the new edition, published under her name, will be much more popular, even though she will not be able to see it. Jane Eyre follows the life of the main character, Jane, and how her strong sense of right and wrong get her through a very tough life.
My book, The Scarlet Letter, follows Hester Prynne as she is trying to create a new life for herself after having a bastard child. Even though my work is more recent than the three Bront sisters or Jane's, I believe it relates more to Wutheirng Heights because of the theme of guilt that's expressed throughout.
You would know a thing or two about guilt, wouldn't you?
Excuse me?
My novel, Pride and Prejudice, follows the character Elizabeth Bennet and how, excuse me, and how proper manners, proper upbringing, and a proper education will eventually lead to a proper marriage, even if there are a few bumps along the way.
And now the discussion begins. First item of discussion. With many novels, one major thing to consider is point of view of the narrator. In Wutheirng Heights, no matter what Heathcliff does in the search for revenge, many readers cannot decide if he's the hero or the villain of the novel. How can he be justified as a hero and a villain?
Well, I can see how some people could see him as both a hero and a villain. But you must remember that everything he does out of his love for Catherine. What is he supposed to do? Just give up?
Yes. He and Catherine were not of the same class. Marriage only works if you and your partner are brought up in similar fashions. How else are you supposed to relate?
Seriously? They were raised practically the same. They were raised by the same man. They were raised practically as brother and sister. And then when he comes back with all this money, he's just...
But the audience doesn't know who got the money. For all we know, he could have stolen it.
And what does that matter? He still had the money.
Have you no shame? If he had stolen it, then he wouldn't have been of any worth to Catherine. How do you justify this worthless? Read his book and you'll find out how.
Excuse me? I will no longer allow you to insult me, especially with my own book.
Everyone knows that books reveal something great about authors. You dreamt about an unwed woman bearing bastard little children. And apparently, Emily Bront dreamt of marrying her cousin. I will not allow you to insult my late sister and my family in such ways. It was no offense to you, Charlotte. You're obviously the same one in your family. Take it as a compliment.
And now a scene from Chapter 3 of Emily Bront's novel, Wutheirng Heights.
Literature, unlike